Welcome to the first episode of Pole Position, the show where we try to get the opinions of the gaming public through polling. It was an eventful week, so let's jump right into it. First up, the biggest news, the Xbox Game Pass decided to increase in price. So we asked the question, is the Xbox Game Pass still a good deal? Of the 8 votes that we got, everyone said no. Not the Ultimate Pass for $30 and not the Essential or PC Pass for the now $16. This definitely seems to be the consensus throughout the entire gaming community. Everyone is upset by this price hike. I really wish we could see how many people are actually paying for Game Pass right now and how many people cancel. Microsoft is publicly traded, so every now and then we do get those investor calls. Maybe on the next one we'll get some insight into how many people decided to drop or pick up Game Pass at this new price. Next up, can an indie game still be indie if it has a publisher? We got 2 votes on this. Both of them said yes. Now, this is in response to the Golden Joystick Awards. They announced the nominees for all the categories. 2 of those categories being Best Indie Game, but then also Best Indie Game with a Publisher. Now, it had always been my understanding that to be indie, you can't have a publisher. That's kind of the whole point. You are independent. To have a publisher, to have that secured financial backing, it completely changes the constraints and requirements of what you're trying to do as an indie developer. And this is not just for indie gaming, it's for indie music, indie movies, indie whatever. Independent, it's not a genre, it's not an art style, it's not a way of thinking, it's a financial constraint. And I think by normalizing having a publisher with this, you're allowing these bigger companies to co-opt the struggles and trials that these independent developers are having. Moving on, next poll. Battlefield classes should have, and there were 2 options, open weapons and closed weapons. Now this is in reference to Battlefield. When you pick your class, traditionally you would be locked into having certain weapons. So Assault would have kind of your SMGs and shotguns, Recon would have your longer range rifles, bolt actions, that kind of thing. With Battlefield 6, they open things up where any class can have any class of weapons. Our voting, for the 2 people that voted, it was a 50-50 split. And funny enough, this matches Battlefield's testing during their previous open beta. I believe the split between people who played the open weapon classes and the closed weapon playlist, it was a 49-51% split. So with that, now on full release, Battlefield has went with the open weapon classes. It seems to match what they want to do. People like it, so that's what they've gone with. However, it's not traditional Battlefield. Normally you are locked in and it really sets the classes apart, but people seem to be liking it, so we'll have to see how it goes. 2 more questions that we asked for Battlefield. Did you pre-order it? We got 7 votes on that. Shockingly enough, everyone said that they did. There were 4 people with the standard $70 and even 3 people picking up that $100 Phantom Edition. It's always interesting to see people's thoughts and conversations on pre-ordering. Thankfully, Battlefield did not have any sort of gimmick. They weren't doing the now all too common, if you pre-order it, you gain access to the game at an earlier date than people who pay for the lesser amount. There is that Phantom upgrade, but it does seem to be just cosmetics, so not a huge problem there. $70 for a game though, that hurts. $100, I can't imagine doing that. But that also leads us to our final Battlefield question, is Battlefield back? We got 3 votes, 2 said no, 1 said yes. The numbers certainly seem to indicate that yes, Battlefield is back. Topping out on Steam with 747,000 concurrent players. I would certainly speculate that they've sold well over 1 million copies just on Steam. Adding that to the other platforms you can buy it on, the EA Pass or through Xbox, on PC, probably throwing in another 1 million. And then looking at console sales, I'd say, yeah, early day 1, 3 to 4 million copies sold. Definitely a huge success. How things are going to play out in the coming months, we'll have to see. They did release a roadmap earlier. There does seem to be a bit of content that's going to be coming out throughout the rest of 2025. So at least for the last, 3 months here, we should have some good consistent numbers. After that, though, going into 2026, there's a lot of big games coming out, both at the end of 2025 here, but then certainly going the next year. We'll have to see if Battlefield has the legs to keep things going long term. Now our final poll question, Is Discord safe for minors? The one person that voted said no, it's not safe. This poll brought up because the Texas Attorney General has continued investigation into Discord, how they are interacting with minors, safety concerns, specifically referencing minors having easy access to adult material, as well as the addictive nature of Discord. It'll definitely be interesting to see what their findings are, what kind of actual legal action might be taken, and while whatever's decided to that is limited to just to Texas, what perhaps other states or things at the federal level might do. But that's the end of our polling. We did have some other polls that unfortunately did not get some answers. If you would like to answer some of these polls, check us out on Twitter. We also are linking them through our Discord, so join our Discord server as well. We'd love to hear your opinions. That's the whole point of the show. Try to get a insight into what you guys are thinking, so join, vote, let us know. With that though, thanks for watching and have a good one. We'll see you next week.